Today's video is all about a Python library called Guidance. It is actually the easiest way I've seen to control LLMs. It's already got 15,000 stars on GitHub, certainly picking up steam, and hopefully this is an intro to you if you haven't seen it yet. It is much easier to use than standard prompting and chaining methods. Let me now walk you through its key features. Here's the Guidance GitHub repo. Let's jump in here to the documentation. So what is Guidance? It's a programming paradigm that offers superior control and efficiency compared to conventional prompting and chaining. So what does that mean? All right, let's look here. Number one, pure beautiful Python with additional LM functionality. Here is a from Guidance import models and gen. This is for generation. In this example, so models.llama cpp, and you give it the path to your local llama model. Normally you've got your model object, and then with that object you do things like .run, .ask, do your chaining, do your all those kind of things. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take the object llama2, and then we're going to add to it an f string. So do you want a joke or a poem? And then we're going to add to that a function generation, and then we're going to tell it when to stop. What does generation mean in this context? Generation refers to the process by which the language model produces text. And here's the output. So do you want a joke or a poem? And then the model responded, I'll give you a poem. The next step here is constraint generation using selects, regular expressions, so regex, and context-free grammar. So let's look at this example. We're going to take that llama2 object, do the f string again. So do you want a joke or a poem? Question, and then you see a, and then you're going to tell it, you're telling the model, hey, select a joke or a poem. And here's the answer. Do you want a joke or a poem? A poem. The model responds. So if you can see here, you're constraining the model to only respond with a joke or a poem. Number three is rich templates with f strings. So now we're going to take that model again, and we're going to add to it, so an f string. So do you want a joke or a poem? Then we're going to tell the model, you select a joke or a poem. And then we're going to constrain the model to either a joke or a poem. Okay, here's a one-liner. Then you're going to tell the model here to generate, and the stop is going to be a quote. Number four here, let's look at stateful control in generation. What this does is it makes it easy to interleave prompting, logic, and generation. Once this completes, now we can actually check the dictionary answer to see if it was a joke or a poem. If it was a joke, we do one thing. If it was a poem, we do another thing. Here in number five, we can abstract the chat interface. It uses the correct special tokens for any chat model. In this example, we're going to be using the llama cpp chat, give it the path, obviously, to your local model. As a user, chat LM, do you want a joke or a poem? Then with the assistant, you build an f string a, and then it would select a joke or a poem. Another nice thing is that you can actually easily write reusable components. So Guidance provides to us a library of pre-built components. This is substring. So let's look here. Here's our text. So you've got various things that the model could pick out. Here is a true statement about the Guidance library, and we're going to tell it, pick something out of this substring, the best thing since sliced bread. This is pretty neat, so it's easy tool use. So where the model stops generation when a tool is called, calls the tool, then resumes generation. And they give you a quick example here about a version of a calculator. Here are the different functions, so add, subtract, multiply, divide. So what we're going to do is build up this LM, so we're going to take llama2, we're going to add to it this big string. So the string is going to be 1 plus 1 equals add, 1, 1 equals 2. And then 2 minus 3 equals subtract, 2, 3 equals minus 1. So we're going to take that object and the string that we just built, LM, and then we're going to tell it to do generation. Give it max tokens 15, and the tools we're going to pass it are, so add, subtract, multiply, divide. And that's how you pass in the tools. And here was the output. It knows 3 times 4, and then 4 divided by 5 because it used the tools in the multiply and divide. Another advantage here to Guidance is speed. So in contrast to chaining, Guidance programs are equivalent to a single LLM call. Got something called token healing, so users deal with text or bytes rather than tokens, and thus don't have to worry about a perverse token boundaries issue, such as prompt ending and whitespace. Streaming support, so it's easily integrated with their Jupyter notebooks. The last thing here, it's highly compatible, so it works with transformers, llama.cpp, Vertex AI, and OpenAI. This will certainly help drive more adoption of this library. If you enjoyed or learned anything in the content today, please consider a like and subscribe. Thank you. Until next time.